So people ask me about what they can do in their neighborhood, what they can do in their communities. To be honest, there's not a community or a county in America that doesn't have a drug problem. The number one cause for accidental death for Americans under 50 is drug overdose. Prisons are overcrowded. Church kids are on drugs, using drugs. Homes are being wrecked. And the church has the answer, and it's the gospel of Jesus Christ. My life has just been a roller coaster. God called me from a prison cell. I was a homeless drug addict, and my hope was found in a needle. Never knew anyone who was in church, involved in church. My whole life, I looked up to the bad guy, and then went to prison for selling drugs in 2008. And inside a prison cell, I found a Bible, and I wanted to know what Jesus did with bad guys, because I knew who I was. I was a bad guy. And so I began to look for bad guys in the Bible, and I found these men and women who were just like me. I found a prostitute who's in the bloodline of Jesus. I found a man in the tombs who was bound with demons and homeless, and the society had given up on him. I found Peter and James and John, who were fishermen. And Jesus called these unlearned men to be apostles. And so I surrendered my life to Christ in that prison cell. I signed a blank contract with God, so to speak. And I gave him my life. I asked him to use me like the drugs used me. Started off in a homeless shelter in 2009 with nothing but a prison Bible, some hand-me-down clothes, and a pair of shoes that said Pookie on them. And since then, I've not looked back. God called me into ministry before I knew what ministry was. He gave me a burden to reach my people group.
One of the things that I really love about John Stroup is that he never got over it. I know a lot of people that have gotten saved, and then for some reason or another, they got over it. John's never gotten over it.
Seeing John for the first time, seeing the tattoos, my first thought was, okay, who is this guy, and what's he up to here? But then over time, I got to know John's heart, got to see his passion for the Lord, got to hear him preach, and he is doctrinally sound. He's engaged in ministry. He's in the trenches.
I get to travel and educate the church on what they can do in their communities. We've seen God move through revival services and birth ministries, and we even have churches that travel to Springfield, hours away, just to learn and just to see, be discipled, and learn how to do inner city missions and learn how to be missionaries in their own communities. Through revival ministry and evangelism, we are able to teach and equip the church to reach these people most have been running from. I've seen churches more interested in seeing filthy sinners come in and dirty up their pews than keeping them clean.
In every church, there's a need to reach every segment of society. But one of the things that we cannot ignore are those around us that have been hurt through a life of drugs, or being surrounded by family members or friends that have involved them in a lot of difficult things. This ministry helps people.
Yes, as you pray through about inviting someone to come and lead you in your revival, preaching the word, I would look for three things. Someone who's doctrinally sound. John preaches the word. He does so boldly. He does so with clarity. Also, you want someone who's engaged in ministry. You will not find anyone more engaged in ministry than John Stroup. He is in the trenches. He is involved in helping people come to know Christ. Thirdly, you want someone that has the favor of God upon them. And right now, I can't not think of anyone that has God's favor more so than John Stroup.
Two things I wanted my whole life: a father and another chance to live. When I became a Christian, I was born again, and I became a son of God, and I got another chance to live my life. And those are the two things that give hope to somebody who comes from my background. We can help equip your church to create ministry that you may never even have thought about, to reach the hard to reach with the gospel. My prayer is that your church would be willing to do whatever it takes to reach your community with the gospel of Jesus Christ. To learn more, you can contact me at johnstroup.net, or you can email me at johnstroup4jesus@gmail.com.